to Inside the Runner Studio. This is your host, Tom. I'm here with Aaron, Michael, and Diana.
Hello.
And this is our new kind of mini-sode series, I guess, where we talk to somebody from our community. Our first esteemed guest is our friend Chop, first name Karate. Welcome. How are you, sir?
I'm doing well. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
First and foremost, thank you for being our guinea pig on this. We really appreciate it.
Good luck.
Yeah, this is what happens when you have the inside track. You get to be the guinea pig.
Yeah.
I'm honored. I'm honored.
So why don't you introduce yourself to us and tell us where you're from?
So my name is Sean, aka Karate Chop. I live in Ashland, Massachusetts, so about 20 miles west of Boston, on the Boston Marathon route, actually. And lifelong runner and fan of the podcast.
That's awesome. I remember one of the first episodes we were recording, Michael was referring to you and he said just karate and then hesitated and was like, Karate Chop. Like by saying Karate Chop, everyone would magically know who he was talking about. And it was like your last name. And I laughed so hard, I thought we were going to have to stop recording. I don't know why I thought it was too funny.
It's true. It was funny. And so then I laughed at it. But then watching Diana's reaction to it on the screen made me laugh so hard. I thought
I was going to pass out. I don't know why I thought it was so funny.
Yeah, we have like a group of friends with no real names. So I think that that's kind of where that stems from.
Yeah.
But you have a real name, and it's Sean, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
We will never reference you like that again, just so you know.
Absolutely fine.
I love it.
All
So
right.
our format for this show is we have a bunch of random questions that we have put in a randomizer. So every episode that we do that is a Inside the Runner Studio will be a different set of questions pulling from the same pool of questions. So I think I have the honor of asking you, Karate Chop, our very first question on our community news segment. And that is, what is your favorite run of all time? It doesn't have to be a race, but do you just have a moment when you were running that you would consider your all-time favorite?
I do. It was about a year ago. It was like a year ago, May. I ran. It was like a local 5K, kind of like first race of the season. I was in my car, super anxious. I'm thinking, I can't do this. I can't do this. I'm just going to go home. I can't do it. And then get myself. That's how I am every race. I get to the starting line, take off, end up at the lead, which is not usually my normal position in a race. This is kind of strange. The race is going on. It's only a 5K, but maybe a mile into it, I mean, there's nobody. And now I'm like, I'm actually winning this race, which is like a rare thing. And I see this guy kind of like maybe like a mile left to go, and now I'm like running just on straight embarrassment. Like if I lose this thing now, I have dry heaving, whatever it takes to get to the end of it. But it was just kind of this crazy thing that I went from. I almost drove home, and something changed. I did it, but the thing that made it the best run ever was I had a 20-year-old 5K PR.
Oh, wow.
I broke it that day. So embarrassment, the fear of embarrassment goes a long way as far as motivation goes.
Wow, 20 years.
Yeah.
That's pretty amazing.
So getting old isn't too bad.
No. That's awesome.
That's great. All right. Next question is the place you'd most like to run in the world or a bucket list race?
I'm not sure about a race, but I think like Pacific Northwest, I would love to just go there and like take a week or two, run some trails. I've heard like really good things about Boulder, Colorado. I wouldn't mind going out there. But places with good trails, that would be my, like, if I'm going to do like a vacation and kind of centered around running, those would be the places for sure.
I've always wanted to go there too.
Yeah, we can go stay with Ian and run out there.
Yeah. There you go.
All right.
Just to follow on to that, are you primarily a trail runner?
Both. I definitely I started out roads, but I've kind of like gotten more into trails. I like to mix it up for sure. I think they kind of complement each other, but I love both. I love both. Depends on the day, Depends on kind of like what the mood is.
All right. So when someone finds out you're a runner, what's the most common thing they ask?
Jeez, around here, it's always have you run Boston?
Oh, yeah.
Like you're not a real runner if you haven't run that. And it's like, well, I did once, and like I have my number on the wall. I'm like looking, 2006 or something like that, 2007. But like, wasn't a good race for me, and I'm kind of like all set with that. Had the experience, but that's like the big thing around here, I think.
Yeah, you said you live right on the course there?
Yeah, it's like just down the street from.
Do you cheer it every year?
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. It's like I mean, it is a holiday around here, but it's just like super near and dear to my heart. It is like bigger than Christmas or any other holiday for me at least.
Yeah, I had actually planned to come up and cheer it this year, this like 2020. I have a friend who got in, and I had planned with a few people to go up there and cheer, and well, we know how that turned out. So
hopefully next year's a different situation.
Yeah,
but it's amazing, and there's nothing really quite like it for sure.
I guess next question is, what is your preferred race distance and why?
I mean, sometimes I like a 5K because it's before you feel. Can't swear on this, right?
We can bleep it.
I can yell that.
You can.
But before you feel like trash or whatever, like the like a 5K is always good. But I'd say like honestly, like a half marathon is a good race because I feel like you can train for it. But if you kind of I always like to keep like that 10 miler like in my back pocket, like always be able to like go out and run 10 miles at a good clip if I have to, and then you're kind of like ready for a half marathon. But it's like the longest fast race, so it's like the kind of like perfect amount of like, I guess, suffering, where you feel like you did something, so
It's a great way to put it.
Yeah. Good.
So what is the one goal that drives you the most to run?
I mean, I guess, to be frank, like mental health, I think is a huge thing, especially for me. I think, as someone who deals with like anxiety, depression, I run, basically like I work out almost every day, like 6 days a week, in some form, whether it's like riding a bike or like running. But for me, that kind of allows me to like function, like, just to feel good, to kind of ground myself. So I'd say like just mental health, that keeps me feeling good. And then I think from like just fitness, I think there was a point in time like with, where I wasn't in the best shape and took a while to kind of get where I'm at now. So I think I'm always kind of afraid to like let my foot off the gas a little bit. Like I always want to, so, if I'm not feeling it that day, well, I got to get out there and do that because I'm just afraid to lose any of the stuff that I've worked for at this point.
Yeah.
So it's mental and physical, but I'm a little.
I mean, if you're going to be obsessed with something, I guess that's one of the good things to be obsessed with. All right, we're going to move into some random questions that don't really relate to running. But the first one we're going to ask you is, what's your favorite breakfast food?
So I'm super boring. Special K, throw a little hemp seed on there, a little chia seed, maybe a banana, almond milk, good to go. Every day eat the same thing.
Would that be the same? Would you have the same answer if you were going out to eat breakfast?
Yeah, I'm not a breakfast. I think I like to keep it light. Like I go like heavier as the day, like my like dinner, because then I have nothing to do. So I can be like I can get blown out lay on the couch. It doesn't matter. But like, I kind of like load it up as I go through the day for sure. But yeah. I mean, keep it light. Keep it light.
Keep it light.
I kind of feel like breakfast isn't a New England thing either, is it? Like, I feel like it's lesser in that part of like in New England than in other areas. Then my relatives
like no diner. Like, do you guys have diners and like?
Yeah, but I don't think like people that like if you're like going to work or you're like you have something to do that day, like you're not going to sit down and eat like a stack of pancakes. You know,
I'm always down for a stack of pancakes.
Yeah, I think it's. Yeah, I'm not a big. I'm not a big breakfast guy.
Yeah, we do breakfast for dinner sometimes.
That's good.
That's always good.
Yeah.
All right. What incredibly common thing have you never done? That's a tough question, actually.
It's a really hard question.
Yeah.
That's why I sent them in advance.
I can't even think of anything for that.
The only thing I can think of is like maybe golf. Like
that's pretty common.
That's pretty common.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I talk to a lot of like just like dads and stuff. And they're just like, hey, going golf, and then I'm just like, I have no idea even what that's like. Sorry, I'm not.
Can we run the course?
Yeah, maybe. But not that I mean, I probably would enjoy it, but I've just like never had that experience. And I think on the weekends, I'm like, I'd rather be running, right? Like I only got so much time. So,
I just picked up golf and it's incredibly difficult. No one's good.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, you said it was just 4 dudes just talking about how bad they were at golf.
It takes a long time to get good at it, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Who is your favorite Disney character, live action or animated?
No offense.
Uh-oh.
I'm not a Disney person, but I respect it. I'm actually kind of excited for like the new Mulan movie.
Yes.
I think Donnie Yen's in it, and like I love Donnie Yen's martial arts movies, so I'm excited about that. But like as far I'm just like
Donnie Yen counts. He was in Star Wars.
Yeah. He is in Mulan, right?
I think he's in the new
Mulan. I think
I think so.
Okay, all right. Just
yeah. Mm-hmm.
But I'm kind of excited for that. It looks really good, so maybe that's going to be my Disney gateway.
All right, who's up?
I believe Diana.
Me?
Number 7.
Number 7. All right. If you can have an unlimited supply of one thing for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Patience, I guess.
That's a good one.
That's something I'm lacking. Something I could use more of. So I'll take that.
Great answer.
That was a good answer. Oh, this one's actually special for you. What is your favorite anime?
So, I'm glad you asked that.
I said, could we do a whole episode on this for you?
So I love this anime is called Haikyuu, which is like a boys high school volleyball team, and I don't really have any interest in like high school sports or volleyball or anything, but this series, you don't even have to enjoy sports or know anything about volleyball, which I didn't until I started watching it. I'm absolutely obsessed with it. It's incredible. My daughter, who's 12, just went to a volleyball clinic today. She's going to try to take up volleyball in the fall. And I'm like, just watch Haikyuu with me. Like, they'll teach you everything. Mm-hmm. And she just like totally like, anime is for nerds, Dad. I'm like, I bet you will learn more from this anime than you would at this clinic, but whatever. But, it's amazing. It's incredible. It's heartwarming. It's just the kind of stuff that I like.
And what's the running one? Run with the Wind? Is that the running one?
Holy moly! Yeah,
that's super good.
Run with the Wind is really so. It's very very simple. It's like the running version of Haikyuu is how I would describe it. The characters are all super likable, and I'm a big anime nerd. Surprise! There we go.
So it's so interesting because when we asked this question, I thought it was going to be something super like fantasy based or violent or something really intense, which is a lot of anime.
Yeah.
So your answers are very refreshing.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of good stuff out there.
Yeah, anime is really diverse. I don't think people realize it.
Yeah, I don't think that I realized how diverse it was more recently.
But you're Asian.
So that's true. Hashtag race report.
What you should know. Come on, Aaron.
We're getting some shakings of the head over here from Mr. Karate Chop.
All right. For our final question, we have been inspired by one James Limpton, RIP. What is your favorite curse word?
I mean, you already said I can't really swear. So
well, you can say it.
You can say it now.
Yeah, this is the official time.
Just go for it.
I mean, it's nonstop. It's like every other word look out of my mouth. I'm from Massachusetts. It's like it's usually our first or second word. When we're kids.
That's true.
Yeah, it's bad. I like feel bad because the kids are like, I'm at the point now where I'm just like, I say it around the kids and they know, but
as long as they don't say it in front of you, right?
Yeah. It's like, what kind of damage am I doing?
Yeah, it's
World's
weird.
On fire. Dad swears. Who cares?
Yeah, because I probably curse as much as you, and Connor doesn't curse at all. He's like,
right,
at least in front of you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm sure he does gaming and stuff, but he's like, I don't know, because it was never taboo. So he's like, I don't know.
I do agree with that. I feel like it's become...
It's like not fun.
Yeah.
Make it uncool.
Yeah.
Dad does it,
It's like, oh my God, my dad does it? Jeez, I'm not doing that.
That's funny. Because you're right. Because when I first started cursing, it was definitely like, ooh, gosh, that's not good. You can't do that. So.
Right.
Well, Karate, thank you for being our first victim. We really appreciate it.
Any final words?
I totally appreciate it.
Do you have any
final wisdom? Final wisdom.
If you're on Strava, maybe like look me up. I love following. I guess you have the club as well, which is good. So I can see other. Probably need to follow some more club members, but like I'm Sean Devlin on Strava, and I'm always up for. I that's a great little bit of social media, like where I can spend some time on that, and it's like super positive, and it's not like depressing and whatever. So, but and on Instagram, Karate Chop with a 0 instead of an O. I post some of my runs there, but I guess that's it. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.